Which team won 100 or more games the most in the 1990s? Welcome to the Baseball Brewhaha. We got coffee and we've got trivia. We got 90s. This is our time.
Yeah.
So I went on pause. Sorry.
Yeah, that was an abrupt stop. But these teams didn't come to an abrupt stop. They just kept rolling all the way to 100 or more wins. It's September 1st right here.
Yeah.
I'm curious how many teams we think are going to get to
I'll get
100.
to 100. Are we talk about that now or later?
We can talk about that later.
Let's
For
do it.
now, we're answering our trivia question. Which of these teams won 100 or more games the most in the 1990s? Since we're going with the most here, we can take none of the above out of here. So we got
Yeah.
A's, Braves, Indians, Yankees. Which of those four teams won 100 games the most number of times?
Oh, geez. I'm actually going to go here. I'm going to go A's.
Okay.
The Braves, I feel like could be in there. Indians too. I feel like the Indians won a lot. They had the misfortune of all the teams had the misfortune of the '94 strike, but cut the season short. Yankees were bad until about '96.
But then they went on a run and
They
won a
did.
whole bunch all the time.
Yeah, I'm gonna go A's.
Okay. I'm going Braves. They had some really, really dominant teams, and they won the NL East like every year
The
for
team in the '90s.
20 years. The A's though are a good one because they were good at the beginning
Yeah,
and then good again at the end.
yeah.
But let's take a peek. Let's see what we got. Which team won 100 more games the most in the 90s? The correct answer is the Atlanta Braves,
Oh, there you go. Winner,
winning.
chicken dinner.
They won four times in the 1990s: 93, 97, 98, 99. But only won the World Series in 1995, a year they won only 90 games.
Well, the season was shorter though,
It was.
so
It was.
maybe you get them 18 more games, they win 10 of those.
Yeah, could have been.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look at
Yep.
the scoreboard. It's looking good. We've got runs on the board every inning.
3-3 is that what we're dealing with
3 to
here?
3 is what we're
Wow,
dealing with heading into the weekend.
that's a tight spot. So back to your question, who do we think is going to win the 100 games? I think the Braves are.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of the Braves, I don't think I don't know how they couldn't win 100 games.
Yeah. The
Um,
Dodgers are right there.
the Dodgers, and they're hot, yeah,
Yeah.
and I would say I think the Orioles have a shot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The Rays, I'm going to say, even though I don't see the Rays doing it. I just don't think they're going to win enough games down the stretch here.
Yeah, they've been just kind of middling along since. I mean, they were guns blazing from the start of the season,
I think
and
it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But personally, I think the Rays could be a dark horse to drop and maybe even miss the playoffs altogether, which would be insane. But
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't see that one happening.
they got a lot of wins banked, but they're
Yeah,
playing head to head against Seattle. They got Houston head to head.
yeah,
They got. They have some easy games too, but we'll see. We'll see. But they're still good.
yeah. Well,
I was also trying to think about, like, obviously when we played, we never played enough games to win 100 in a season. I was trying to think, did we ever win 100? Did we win like 100, like
what would
over
be
our whole
the?
career? Well, like over our career.
Oh, yeah, probably.
I was thinking we probably for sure did.
Yeah.
200, maybe, I don't know, but
Boy, I don't know that one maybe. I mean, we played a lot of like summer ball and
yeah.
different teams.
But some of those teams, I remember when we would go to tournaments. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we'd put together, players from, we'd have like Well, Nick would know Kearns from
Yep.
Potlatch. That guy, that was so fun catching him because like you go two strikes, you know, they throw a slider every time, and they knew it was coming, couldn't hit it. But having all those guys, this all star team, we'd never won a tournament. We never. I don't think we even ever came close,
Yeah,
frankly.
we weren't good at like we usually win the first game, but once we get in the
Hmm.
winners bracket, it was like we just got crushed.
Yeah, we weren't very good.
Yeah,
Yeah, regard. So.
fun story about Nickel like this one. He probably doesn't remember this. I sure do. The first time I faced Kevin, after I faced Kearns, after he developed his slider,
Okay.
um, first my first pitch of my first at bat against him, he throws the slider. It's
Hmm.
like coming right at my head. So I spin out of the box and it drops in for a strike. And one of the parents, of one of our team's parents, he's like, "Stay in the box, Adam."
Yeah.
I was like, "Shut it." Um, but because he got me so bad, I
Hmm.
knew the next one he was coming again.
Hmm.
So he threw it again right at my head, but I hung in there solid. I said a base hit or a double into left field. I felt so good about myself. It was like the only time in my career that I felt like um it was sort of on accident, but it was the only time that I really was like um I knew what was coming and I knew
Hmm.
how to play it um so that I'd get the pitch
Yeah.
to where I wanted it.
Yeah. I remember I got a single off of his slider as well between the short and third base, but that thing, I mean, especially when we were a bit younger, that nobody was throwing a pitch like that, and nobody could hit it. It was
Oh yeah.
insane.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So,
had never seen anything like that. I mean,
mhm.
when I was at bat when he threw it, I thought for sure I was getting hit, and
Yeah,
then the umpire called a strike. I didn't even see it cross the plate.
yeah,
I was shocked, but
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah. We didn't face a lot of elite stuff, but his
yeah,
slider was probably like, I mean, it's probably nothing compared to at all to what like Matt Brash is throwing for the Mariners.
yeah,
But that's I feel like a pitch that's like the closest to that I ever saw or
yeah,
played against or caught or anything like that.
yeah.
That
That
was
that
like
had that
just
much movement. Yeah,
yeah, that was like that late break because like a lot of guys would throw like a slider, but it was like a sweeper kind of.
yeah,
It would just kind of like go across the plate and you'd
hmm,
just hit it to right field and get a hit every time. But
yeah, yeah.
anyway, we're rambling, so that's pretty neat. Uh, but so shout out to Kearns. I don't know if he's Nick. If you still talk to Kearns, why don't you send this his way? Let him know we're shouting him out here. So thanks everybody for joining us, and we'll be back at it tomorrow.